and welcome in to the Curious Cat Show. I'm your host, LK, or Lucky Cat, right here on the microphone, rubber band on, and you ain't going anywhere. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you're having a good day, and if not, I hope by watching this video, your day will magically get better. So welcome in. Today is June the 26th, 2026. So I had something very interesting happen to me this morning as I was doing the Blessed Bee Oracle cards. I drew a card, which is what you're supposed to do, right? And it happens to be a blessing for the right words. We'll bring that card in there for you to see. A blessing for the right words. There we go. Let's just see if we can straighten that out. All right. A blessing for the right words. And this happens to be the number 26 card in the deck. Now, I don't know if you're tracking with me or not, but today is 6/26/26. And I drew the 26 card in the deck. Now, that is very powerful because that is 3 26s. And anybody who does anything with numerology, which I'm not an expert on it by any stretch of the imagination, but you know that when you get numbers in triples, something's up. So 26, 26, 26 feels pretty powerful and pretty meaningful to me today. And the interesting thing is I haven't been pulling the Blessed Bee cards for a while. I've been busy doing other things, and I haven't pulled these cards at all for quite some time, which makes it even a little bit more interesting because of the synchronicity of how it all lines up. And so when I did that right away, I noticed it. I noticed all the sixes in the numbers there. I noticed especially the 26s. And so I wanted to find out what is the meaning of the number 26, which I think could be our message for today on Lucky Cat Wisdom. So the number 26 is a blend or a balance of compassion and material manifestation. So it's the seeking of the balance between two things. One, compassion, and secondly, material manifestation. It represents a quiet competence. And I really like that. I like the word quiet because in my deep core, I'm a quiet person. I can be boisterous and funny and do a lot of silly things, but in my core, I'm very quiet. And the word competence is very important to me and has been throughout my life, that I've wanted to have a level of competency in the things that I do in my life. I want to be competent and good at what I do. It also represents humanitarian service, which as an Aquarian, that's something that's really big in my chart, is to be a humanitarian person and humanitarian service to serve humanity, which is a lot of why I do Curious Cat Show and Lucky Cat Wisdom. But just stop and think about this for a second. This is the 26th day of June in 2026, and I draw a 26 number card. And so it feels like there's a really strong vibration around this number 26 today, and the meaning of it is that balancing of compassion and material manifestation. Now, if you take the number 26 and you break it down to 2 and 6, 2 plus 6 equals 8, which 8 is a number of abundance, authority, and material success. So that is really cool too, because it kind of lines up with the theme of having the balance of this compassion and material manifestation. Material manifestation we often think of as that abundance, authority, and material success. So good things are coming. So if you're listening today, expect something great, something unexpected in the material realm that's going to just manifest for you. And you're going to find this abundance in your life, and also authority, which is also that quiet competence that it speaks of, and material success. Now, here's the tricky part about this. The tricky part is being able to maintain a balance between your material ambitions and human compassion. And I think this is a real word today. It's something that we see being played out where we see a complete imbalance taking place. There are more billionaires in the world today than there have ever been. That means there's more abundance and more wealth out there than there has ever been. But unfortunately, that wealth and abundance is not shared equally among humanity. And those who have it, those who are seeking material abundance and wealth and are getting it rapidly at a huge amount of money in their coffers, we see them often as the people who have the least amount of compassion for their fellow human beings. And this can be the trap of material abundance. The more that you get materially, unfortunately, for many people, the less compassionate they are with other human beings. You see it all the time. They're driving around in the fancy cars and wearing the designer clothes and living in a beautiful home, not only having a beautiful home, but sometimes having multiple homes in multiple places. And they're the ones who typically look down on the homeless and the poor and the regular struggling folks. And we see it right here in the United States of America, that those in government who've enriched themselves through their government positions and places of authority and have abused it and used it to gain material success are currently stripping away more and more of the safety nets that help take care of the people who have less. So the poor become poorer and the rich become richer. And this is a violation of divine order. This is not what God wants. The reality is that there's enough abundance and enough wealth for everyone to live a beautiful, abundant, successful life with more material possessions than any of us could ever dream of. Unfortunately, there are those who are violating the number 26, and they have no compassion. In fact, they are sacrificing their human compassion in order to get material wealth, and that is an inversion of what God, the divine, the universe has for all of us. And so we see that happening. We see that playing out. The question, though, is on a personal level. As you get more material wealth and more material possessions, what is it doing to you? Are you losing your human compassion? Or are you able to have a balance where with your material success, you are actually increasing in human compassion and in your ability to have humanitarian service, where you are actually serving humanitarian, the human race, let's put it that way. You're serving others through your material wealth. You have plenty for yourself and you're willing to share. Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Isn't that the way it should be working? But unfortunately, sadly enough, it's not. So 26, 26, 26, the message today is about maintaining balance between your ambitions for material success and abundance and having human compassion, being compassionate on those who are lacking, those who don't have. So that's a big part of today's lesson. But the blessing card was about a blessing for the right words. And so I don't want to skip past that. I do want to deal with that. So basically a blessing for apt speech, which I think is happening today right now, to call to your lips the right words that speak simply and clearly and find their mark. And it really is talking a lot here about your throat chakra, your energy here, your ability to speak your truth and to speak the truth. Sometimes we struggle with that because we want to please people and we want other people to feel good when we know that the words that we need to say may not make them feel good at the moment. So a blessing on getting the right words, choosing the right words in those difficult moments, being diplomatic. Again, that's something that there's a lack of that right now. People are speaking bluntly and with the intent to do harm without choosing the right words. Words that are true, but words that are also loving, words that help the person. Some people don't care whether they're helping the person or hurting the person. They just think they're going to hammer the truth and that's good enough. But it's not. Truth without love is a clanging gong. It's not a sound that sounds good. It's not what we want. We want to be able to speak the right words in love and in truth and in a way that will bless and help other people. Well, I hope that you've gained something from today's Lucky Cat wisdom. Drawing that card today was a really powerful moment for me, the 26, 26, 26 combination, and seeking to find the balance and the harmony between, my desire for material success, because I'm like everybody else. I want to do well materially in my life, not just now, but for my family and for other folks. But also balancing that with human compassion. And when I see someone standing on the street corner with a sign that says below poverty, or it says belly slave, a young man stands on the corner here not too far from where I live. His name's Gabriel. And he often has these signs. He's struggling. And I have found myself at times judging this young man and then having to repent of that, because I've been blessed materially. I've had a lot of material blessings in my life. Maybe not to the degree that some people have. I mean, I probably look like a poor person living in an RV park to a lot of folks, and so they don't have a lot of compassion on me either. But I had to check myself and say, I've been blessed, and to bless this young man whenever the Spirit leads me to do so. In balancing my desires for my material possessions to grow with a growing compassion for those who are not doing so well and who need some help and a hand up. And man, what a challenging, beautiful, word today for all of us to balance that and to continue to seek material abundance. Be abundant, have authority, have material success in your life, but don't do it at the expense of having compassion for your fellow human beings. Well, I think that's about it for today. I hope that you will like this video. By liking it, you're letting me know that you're hearing what I'm saying and that it is doing something in your life and blessing you, which is really my ultimate intentions here, is to be of service to humanity in a way that I know how. So please like and subscribe to The Curious Cat Show. Remember, we're the only one that Curious Cats ask for by name. And that's going to do it for The Curious Cat Show.